Have you ever heard one of those commercials advertising some product that seems amazing until the side effects? All of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I'm about to get liver damage because I'm trying to cure a runny nose? Really? Those commercials are so weird because they often magnify appealing elements of the product while minimizing the drawbacks. It might go something like this. Tired of trying to lose those stubborn 5 pounds on your own? Don't feel like going to the gym and burning calories? Don't feel like discipline, portion control, and healthy choices in your eating habits? Well, now you can forget all of that. Introducing all new Magic Weight Loss Cream. Simply rub a little bit of this cream on the area of your body where you wish to lose weight, and suddenly fat cells begin to melt underneath your skin, condense, and transform into toned muscle. Side effects may include rash, fever, nausea, burning, leprosy, and other skin diseases, internal bleeding, toxic shock, permanent organ damage, gangrene, disfiguration, and dying. Get your order of Magic Weight Loss Cream today. See, when you've got a bad product, a shady advertiser will try to maximize the benefit but minimize the drawback. Sin is a faulty product, and Satan is a shady advertiser. Satan always tries to make the pleasures of sin seem so appealing that you ignore the drawback, and he always tries to get things to seem like what they are not. Think about the story of Adam and Eve in the garden. God placed Adam and Eve in a garden, in a paradise, and he said, all of this you can enjoy except from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you must not eat or you will die. God did not conceal any consequences. He laid them out very clearly. God said, from this tree you must not eat or you will die. God said, from this tree you must not eat or you will die. From this tree you must not eat or you will die. And then Satan said, you will not surely die. For God knows that when you eat of it, you will be like him. See, Satan tempted Eve with the very thing he desired. You can be God. He maximized the benefit, knowing full well that he was concealing a consequence, knowing full well that when he himself in heaven got the wicked desire in his mind that he would become like God in an instant, in the twinkling of an eye, he was cast down from heaven. He was thrust from God's presence, eternally separated from God. He knew that when he told Eve, you can be like God. And Eve took Satan's false advertising. She took something that appealed to her own flesh. She took something she wanted outside of God's will and said, I will be my own God. I'll make my own rules. And the moment she ate it, in an instant, like Satan, was separated from God. In an instant, she reaped a spiritual death. Satan knew that when Eve ate the forbidden fruit, that she would not immediately experience a physical death, but rather a spiritual death. And sometimes Satan tries to tempt us the same way because he understands there's going to be a delay in between our sin and a natural consequence. And so we take that delay and we think nothing's happened and we think that we're fine and we think that we can continue to indulge in the sinful nature, and all the while Satan is spinning us deeper and deeper into his web of deceit and hooking us on his faulty products, ensnaring us with dangerous bait because ultimately he wants to see you destroyed. See, when God tells us not to sin, did you know that he does it to protect us? Sometimes I think we get God's personality all wrong. It's as if we picture God sitting up in heaven with a clipboard in his hand and he's writing down every single thing you do wrong because he exists to criticize. Somehow we get it into our minds that God is trying to keep us from pleasure. I mean, how crazy is that? God created pleasure. Psalm 16:11 says, "You make known to me the path of life. You fill me with joy in your presence. And at your right hand are pleasures forevermore." I mean, this is God. Everything we desire can be found in Him. The Bible says the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. There are no riches that He doesn't have. The Bible says that He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I mean, this is the God who created the heavens and the universe. This is the God who created everything that is beautiful. This is the God who created sex. He invented it. This is the God who is love. And so for us to think that in Him there is no pleasure, that He exists to shield us from pleasure, we've been so deceived. God offers us so many blessings, but in His will. Satan doesn't want us to wait for the pleasure that's in God. Satan wants us to sidestep God and take it ourselves, our way. So Satan tempts us, and he tempts us with money. He tempts us with fortune. He tempts us with money. And he tempts us with fame. And he tempts us with fame. And he tempts us with power. And he tempts us with power. And he tempts us. And he tempts us. And he tempts us with lust. And he tempts us with lust. All the while trying to maximize the benefit and conceal the drawback, because He knows the wages of sin is death. God says, now choose. Now choose. Now choose. Don't be fooled by the fine print. Choose life.